Yo, good morning. We are in the truck. As you can tell, we are in a semi truck. There's my shoes. I'm in my bare feet. We got this cooker out here. It's got the little regulator and everything. I bought the cooktop, and it comes with that little foot to stand it on. You just turn your knob, click it with your lighter. See, I just set it down, and then I'm gonna turn it on. Give her a click, and then we can have fire. You know, then we can turn it back off. Okay. So then, got the dozen eggs. Eggs will last 2 weeks with no refrigeration. I don't care what anybody says. I've bought eggs my whole life. I just put 6 eggs in here. Fried them up. Didn't take but just maybe a couple minutes. Okay, so there's my plate. I'm doing. I could do the tortillas and make burritos. That'll probably make. You could do one burrito. Probably 2 burritos. I probably feed 3 people or whatever. And I got my little mayo packets. I also found some ranch. So you could try this. Just scramble this straight onto here. Eat it with that fork. You could also get that fork for free at the store. So this was free. Paid $6 for the good eggs. I got the real good eggs. The real good eggs, right? And then, yeah. And then here's your salt and pepper. You know what I'm saying? So we got $6 tied up in this deal. We put our salt and pepper on there. That's good enough. And, you know, a little tour around the truck. You know, we got our socks. You want to be ready to deploy them. We got our Bible, of course, brush our hair. There's some plates and stuff. You know, we got a cup of coffee. We got our backup coffee. As you can see over here, we got our Bibles to hand out. Water everywhere. We got our mission statement. Up here while we're driving, we got us some. It kind of tastes like toothpaste, but it's a Mentos. You get sleepy, pop 3 of these in your mouth, it'll wake you up. Got our daily vitamin. I always forget, so I keep it there. Down here we got our that's our baking soda and toothpaste. That's what I brush my teeth with. There's some green powder for your microgreens or whatever. There's your protein stuff, and then there's another package of supplement for the just in case. Right here we got to Breathe Right. That's where we can take notes. More vitamins to give away. There's the plastic tape for promotions. We got, you know, multiple Bibles to hand out, ready to go. That is a when I recycle the coffee, that's a piss jug. Here's our just regular trash can. No big deal. Fits the bags real good. You could double bag that, drop a deuce, tie it up, tie up the first bag, and then tie up the second bag. Make sure you got a few of the sneezers at the bottom to, if you know, help with the moisture. There you got to clean it up after you're done with your thing or whatever like that. Of course, you got your paper towels handy. You know, paper towels are good number 2 paperwork because your fingers don't break through. Okay, then inside here, you know, we got our coffee pot. We got our big pot. I put them socks on the handles because it was burning up, but now since then, that's a stainless or a non-stick. I kind of used it more for storage now. I've upgraded to the pure stainless. Right, this is our little refrigerator pack. So this is not a refrigerator. There's our food up here. That's our pantry. We got canned goods. We got stuff. We got nutrients. Okay, now this deal here is for the TV bracket, but I don't use TV, so I just took my handle on here so it don't go nowhere. And then because that's there, this don't fall off. And if this falls off, then I'm doing something totally wrong. Here's our power. Okay, so this thing has got a little refrigerator thing in the back. So it basically drops the temperature by about 35, 40 degrees. So we got our cheese. You know, we got our what I've already cooked. And then we got some hummus. And then, you know, we got tuna, cooked tuna, and steaks down at the bottom, but we're not going to dig that out right now. But I bought the roast. This is a roast and a bag of carrots and a bag of mushrooms. And it looks yellow. I eat till I was full twice out of this already. The yellow is this cumin. The cumin, it does. If you put cumin with anything that's got fat, like your red meats, this will help you sleep. I don't know what the deal is, but this right here is so good for you. And of course, this is just a little one. But I use this. This here is really good to help you out. And then you got to do your seasoned salt on all your meat because, you know, we've got our peppercorn melody, which is good. This, I take a snort of this. If you got high blood pressure, one snort in the morning, one snort in the evening. Curbs the appetite. It's real good. And then this is another spice you want to put on everything. For some reason, when I do this, these two right here, you spice like you normally do, and then you add these two to your diet. You know, if you got this right here, you are ahead of the game. These are the I did a study about stuff and the nutrients, right? Now there is a better way to get this here, and you know, this is kind of oxidized because it's set, and that's the fresh. So when I grind fresh, there's no oxidation, which, you know, I mean, there's only so much you can do. This here is really good. Of course, it's, you know, you got your actual food verified, and so is this here. You know what I mean? And then this back here, this is more your suspect oils. You know what I mean? It's kind of suspect, but it's good for cooking. It may or may not be legit. Like I said, it's kind of suspect. Anyway, you'd be amazed if you cook a chunk of meat and then go with one of these. I am a giant fan of this. This is $1, and it's got various beans, and it's in chili sauce already. So you add some of that right there, and any type of meat. You could do chicken, you could do beef. I would not do fish, but then put it on your tortillas to make burritos, and you can have a really good time. So like I said, there's enough for 3 people to eat. I'll eat this, and then I'll eat out of that. I'm going to eat that, and then I'm going to eat out of that sack, and I'll probably eat out of that sack tomorrow to finish it off before I cook anything else. And man, I probably should show you that tuna. They got a $12 tuna thing. It's in the fancy part of the Walmart cold section by the food. But there's 3 types of tuna in there, and it's already fully cooked. So you can take that, and then I forgot a sack and let it out. And I keep it probably about, you know, 65 degrees in the truck all the time. Which is probably why I have a runny nose. I left it out for a day and a half and then ate it, and nothing, no issue whatsoever. However, I must qualify that by saying that by eating out of the truck and cooking my own real food, stuff like that, my uncle says I have the constitution of a goat. Because, like, I'll eat stuff that nobody else will eat. Like, I'm serious. Like, I'll take something that's questionable, and I'll just cook it, be like, Lord, cleanse this in prayer, and eat it, and nothing. It doesn't bother me at all. My wife got on this deal with the kefir stuff, and yeah, I got some of it. I just drank the whole thing. I didn't know that you're supposed to spread it out over a week or whatever, and yeah, nothing. It did not bother me at all. So, anyway, that's just a little tour around the truck, you know what I mean? The Bible reading's a big deal. You want to definitely do your Bible reading, but if you're on your way to one of these places that's down and out, you know, and you're trying to help be a supplier or whatever else like that, be able to live and cook in your vehicle it's just it's second nature to me. But a lot of people don't realize these things. Like, the trash can is not optional. And every time you stop at the store, ask them for a sack. If you buy a Snickers candy bar, ask them for a sack. If you're, you know, any of the I guess they call them t-shirt trash bags or product bags, the ones at the gas station are a lot tougher than the ones from Walmart. So you want to have at least about 10 tough ones, because that's about 5 deuces, and then like you can hide somewhere and do what you got to do or whatever. That's just emergency, and you're in public. So like it's not appropriate to go into the woods. That's how you get her done. And there's the dude wipes are real good. Like you really can go a month on dude wipes. You really can. And you definitely want to get to the shower. The truck stops have showers. Now, like I just took a shower in here, and I haven't even brushed my hair or nothing, right? So inside the stall, they'll give you the towels and stuff, and the which is that's what's in my floor. Like look, that's a truck stop towel. So if I make a mess in here, I just pick that towel up, and then I'll take it in the store, and then bring out another one, right? Okay, so I call it the towel exchange program. So I do that on my cooking service, and then plus the truck's running right now, so the vibration, sometimes your cooking will just fall over. And so you want to try to park level, that's the thing, and then you want a base underneath it that doesn't have the vibrations. Because like you're just sitting there cooking, everything's cool, next thing you know, your pot dumps it all over the floor. You don't want that. That is very annoying. And the other thing is, like, when I go to clean, like when it's my cleaning day, like I can go in the truck stop, toss my stuff in, start washing it, take a shower, get back out, put it over in the dryer, come to the truck, pick up all my towels and stuff out of the floor, bag the trash, go to the trash can, dump that or whatever, shake the towels out and everything like that, give them to the cleaning guy or whatever like that, put my fresh towels down, and grab my stuff out of the laundry, go back to the truck, 15 minutes, everything's, put the bed clothes back on the bed, fold my shirts and socks, whatever, and I'm good to go. I recommend highly that you get at least 2 packages of white t-shirts and 2 packages of Hanes socks. I buy the same socks all the time, so when I do laundry, I don't have to worry about matching my socks. They're all the same socks. But I also have them to hand out, right? And then, like, if you have a situation, you're going to want proper medical equipment. But being a jackass and on a roof, I've cut the sleeves off my shirt to make masks for dust. And then I've also used that to, like I cut my finger or whatever, I let it bleed and let the blood cleanse the wound or whatever. And I'll piece it together as best I can, wrap it up with a t-shirt, and then put black tape, and just take my finger wherever, cuts, abrasions, whatever like that. Nothing major, you know what I mean? But heaven forbid, I actually have to pack a wound. If I got a brand new package of socks and a brand new package of shirts that are unopened, I could, in a pinch, you know what I mean? I could use that to stop the bleeding, and I've done that a couple times. I've been on the belt I wear is specific, like it's got like the chin strap thing. I've taken my belt off and wrapped it around somebody's leg before and tightened that thing up, stuck a stick in there, twisted it until it tightened up, because the guy's leg I didn't have a proper tourniquet at the time, which I do now. Anyway, I keep that in the side box because I'm going to be outside the truck if I need to do that. So my side box on this side is all mechanic stuff and trucking stuff, and on this side it's got the tire chains at the bottom and then my medical on top, so I can pop that door, or I can lift up my bed. This bed right here will hinge up, and then I can get to my medical stuff. So I got a big backpack in there, and I can pull that backpack out, and then I got a little pack. I have 2 little packs staged where I could just pop that door, because I'm not going to be inside this truck doing the medical stuff, so it don't make no sense to have it in here. And then plus, if I wreck the truck or whatever else like that, I'm not going to be in the truck. Like, I'm going to grab that truck, I can grab that deal right there, and this backpack right here, I can grab this right here and throw my Bible in there, and I'm good to go. I can take that backpack, I could take that backpack, that Bible, and that binder right there, and I have everything I need. Like, I could literally replace everything else in the truck. And I never take anything with me that I can't get rid of. Like, as if you're going to be on the road, do not take anything you cannot live without. Okay, so you want to have, like, some of my stuff in the backpack right now. It's in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, and then there's little stuff in little Ziploc bags. So it's waterproof, things that I can't get wet, you know. And then there's the other deal, and then I have a little fanny pack across the chest type thingy, so I can put that on, and it is very it's very much not intimidating, okay, but it is very effective in self-defense, but it does not appear to be a self-defense item. I mean, you know, you want to look like a dork if you're walking home. You don't want to look like Rambo. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm all camoed out, blah blah this, and like I got my white shirt, yeah, I got my pants or whatever else like that, and I do have a camo stuffs in my pack where I could be. You won't know I'm there for sure, even with thermals. So, you know, overalls are amazing. They don't just keep you warm, but they actually are incredibly good for other things as well, if they're properly vetted. Because eventually, you know, the overalls get hot too. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, drive out, be prepared to get wet, be prepared to be cold without a fire. That's about it. That's about it. Other than that, you want to stay off the X as much as possible, and you know, do the best you can or whatever. This ain't a full, you know, how to live your life video or anything else like that. But this is how you have some scrambled eggs in the truck. You know what I mean? Like, you $7 for some eggs sounds ridiculous, but how much did you pay for breakfast? So if you and your wife and 3 kids are on a trip, and you stop and buy a dozen eggs and do what I just did, you just fed, you know, 5 people for $7. If you got a better system than that, I'm all ears. You know, and the if you could find the beef bacon, great. Other than that, you know, I mean, you really want to stay away from the pork. I mean, I don't know what it's doing for anybody medically or whatever else like that, but it's not kosher, right? So, I mean, even if you go Vienna sausages, man, get the chicken ones. You know what I'm saying? Spam ain't cool. Spam ain't cool. I don't eat the spam. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't have to, so I'm not gonna. And then if stuff is hard to come by or whatever else like that, I will go vegetables. And like a can of vegetables, you know, 50 cents to $1, depending on where you get them. Unless you're, you know, in some places it's $2.50 for a can of corn, which is ridiculous. Anyway, I should have showed you the meat a little bit better, because I get a big chunk of meat. I bought that chunk of, it said it was a roast, and then I cut it. It took the fat, and then I cooked down the tallow, and then I poured that into a different, and then I was able to take the pieces and sear them in its own juice, hit it with all my spices, dumped in a bag of baby carrots, dumped in a thing of mushrooms, and I don't wash the mushrooms. I let the mushroom dirt get in there. I don't taste it by the time I season it up or whatever, but it's got some nutritional value. You know, like, you know, this is a good story, and I'll shut up. So my wife was feeding me some kale one time, and I looked at her, I said, I could save you a lot of money. Just before you eat something, just go out there and just rub it in the dirt, because it tastes like we're eating dirt. You know what I mean? And of course, most smart aleck stuff is actually accurate. Like, you need to run your plans past a smart ass. Like, find that smart ass guy that's going to make fun of you, and if you have a plan, you know what I mean? Like, but before you drive 5 states to try to, you know, help somebody, drive over to that neighbor that's a smart ass and explain to him what you're going to do. Let him make fun of you, and you'll probably find like 6 things that the dude's like, oh, well, that's bullshit. You know, you get like, you know, you got whatever thing, and then it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to take a full, you know, outfit and fishing gear and all sort of kind of stuff like that or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's like, why? And the guy's like, well, didn't it just wash all the fish out of the creek? You know what I mean? So it's like, that. Go get your, go drink a 6-pack of beer with a smart ass kinfolk or neighbor, and let him tell you what you're fucking up, because that'll save you in the long run. It's really a thing. I really do that. I like to run my plans past, you know, and then like your practical stuff, you know. Are you going to be able to use, you know, your phone? Are you going to be able to use your radios and stuff? Are you going to, like how are you going to talk to people? Do you even want to talk to people? You know what I mean? So myself personally, now everybody's going to tell you I'm ignorant, but I have been running Calms Quiet 48 days, 49 days now. No CB or nothing like that. Of course, I got to communicate, you know, for my job and stuff like that. I'm making a video or whatever. But if you go Calms Quiet in your downtime and you do not watch videos and you do not, you know, like have the internet or cable television or anything like that, and then just free up your time and practice Bible study and doing that, you know what I mean? Like right now, you know, I woke up, I changed locations, I you know, showered, I've cooked, stuff like that, and all this provision was gathered Friday afternoon. You know, it is Sunday about 1 o'clock now, something like that. So that's what's going on, and you know, here's another 5-minute video that's, you know, 22 minutes long. So I'm going to shut up. You're definitely going to want something to flavor your water if you're filtering water. So in my loot here, okay, some of it just fell out. My loot here, like this right here, is real good. Like, I'll squirt that right straight on them eggs. Like, I'm gonna fire that thing back up, warm them up, because they're cold by now. But that right there, I mean, that stays good. So if you take this and you put that on them eggs right there, if you're diabetic, if you're doing the keto thing, if you're on some kind of diet, whatever, it'll still fly. It'll still fly. And it stays good. You know what I mean? So if you're going to be out there for a couple of weeks or whatever, now let's say that you're filtering water, which my filter kit's up there. I ain't digging all that stuff out. This is just a packet of crystallized lemon juice. See what I mean? So if you filter your water, like, I've even seen people test filters by running, like, they get like Mountain Dew, and they'll run it through that filter, and it still has the taste. And then, like, if you get like water out of a mud hole, you know what I mean, to whatever degree, and you cooked it and you boiled it, I'm telling you right now, this does wonders for filtered water. You are not going to find a better, quicker, safer, lighter. I mean, what does this thing weigh? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can get whole packets of this, and then they got these individual taster's choice. I believe I seen a box of it. It had 53 individual packets, which I read the jar. This is my most recent. You know what I mean? You'd be amazed at what this stuff does for you. It's we call it Christian crank, because it'll really keep you going. If you need to stay going, that it's not like brewed coffee. The instant coffee's got a little more kick to it, and the well, I don't think. Well, I was going to show you my nut sack, but I got 2 bags of whole. I got walnuts and almonds, but I haven't opened them yet to put them in the Ziploc. And my other Ziploc, I just finished it off a couple days ago. So, anyway, that's just real good stuff. And buy the big chunk of meat and cut it up yourself to save money. So I spent $16. I cut that up. I've ate on it once, twice. I'll eat today, and I'll eat it twice tomorrow. So that's 5 meals for, you know. And we're not, dude. I'm a pig. Like when I eat, I mean, I'm telling you right now, I eat a lot. Like there's also 2 New York strip in there, dude. I mean, I eat 2 of those. You know what I mean? But I'll eat nothing else. So, you know, I might eat a can of vegetables with it, but that's about, you know, that's that. You know, and then if I do my carbs or whatever like that, I do them in the morning. Like if I'm going to do, like I had for the Sabbath, I had the tortilla, and then I opened the can of beans, put some hot sauce on it, threw a handful of cheese on there, and I had 3 of them. You know what I mean? Because the meal I prepped in that bag, it tastes a lot better hot, and I didn't want to kindle a fire on the Sabbath. So I just did bean and cheese burrito. You know, I made myself right there with that tortilla that I showed you, and that can of beans. That can of beans has 4 different beans, and it's in a chili sauce. So if you're gonna dump that in with your eating, you can do chicken or beef. You can do ground beef. You can do chunks of beef. You can do stew meat, whatever. You eat, you know, you make stew, and then you got your leftovers the next day. Hit it with that can of beans. Hit it with some hot sauce. You got a whole other meal. And yeah, that's real good. And that right there, that if you're mass cooking in a big stock pot, dude, that's the way to go. By leaps and bounds, it's the way to go. And you can do the big cans, and you know, you cook all your meat or whatever else like that, and pour the fat off of it or whatever like that, and then just dump your beans in there. I just hit it with the spices, you know what I mean, and stir it up, and you're good to go. There it is. And a lot of that can be packed out the next day. I've made beef and bean burritos, and instead of making it, I just put the beef and bean in the Ziploc bag, and then you want to double bag it, and then well, I do like a sandwich bag because that's about right for me. So I'll do the sandwich bag with the flip top, like you used to put smokables in. So I do one of them, and then I put that inside a Ziploc, right? Take a straw, suck the air out of it, zip it shut, and then do a, because it's easier. You don't want to, I don't carry the cans. You know what I mean? I make all that stuff before I leave. So I'll do a pack out. So I pick up this Ziploc bag, and I know that's good enough for me for one day. So I got the Ziploc bag here. I got my 2 tortillas here, and then I got my nutsack, right? And then my filtration stuff, and a 2-liter bottle of water. You know what I mean? And then that could be my collection, and then I can run that through my filter, because my filter's a pitcher. I use the Zero water pitcher. Zero water pitcher. It is hands down the best. I don't know how much anybody's ever done with other stuff, but the Zero water pitcher bought from Walmart, they got a big one, they got a little one, they got one that's pretty small that fits in a backpack. It's super easy, gravity fed. All that'll fit right here in this backpack right here. I can do all that with this pack right here. And this is not a big backpack. This is not a big backpack at all. Look at it compared to the size of my head. You know what I mean? This is a $13 Walmart special. It ain't nothing special at all. You know what I mean? And it's got very little reflectives. So like your reflectives, you put your black tape on that. And then if you want to be seen, you know what I mean, you take it off. And on this part right here too. So that's the thing. And you see how I was holding that by the deal? This is what I look for. This is what I look for. You remember the whole thing with the hobos and the stick? So you got your 2. So you got the little old deal here that ain't hardly nothing. Then we got a real good one that we can hold on to. Okay, so now let's say I find me a decent stick, and I can put that stick on my shoulder, and then I can take another stick and tie it to it and make me a cross. like Arthur Blessitt when he walked around carrying that cross or whatever like that, so you can drag that thing, and you'll drag a little bit behind you, but you got all your poles that you need for your tarp stuff and everything. You can lay that thing in a tree, throw your tarp over it and everything, and right where that comes together, there's a hole for your smoke to come out for your campfire. Okay, well, right where that cross is, I can put that on there. You know how the hobos had their little knapsack on a stick and they throw it over their shoulder? Well, they did that for a reason, because you can lay your other deal like this. You know what I mean? You can lay your arm over it like that, and you got your weight back here. Okay, well, then think of like a stretcher. So if you got a stretcher and there's a person on there or whatever like that, you know, that's just 2 sticks, and you lay it across your shoulders and you drag them out. You can pack stuff out like you would not believe, especially if you got if you do this beforehand. If you're not just like, see, I'm in the truck. I can't carry everything in the world with me. You know what I mean? I'm not actually going to. This is just a secondary in case type of thing. Well, you can actually put a caster wheel on the bottom of your stick, and then your stick could be like, you know, 2 2x4s that are put together in a way that you could, you know, drill it out, put a bolt with a wing nut, or you can just take it apart. You can turn it into a stretcher, or you can just carry your stuff, whatever like that. But I could put 100 pounds on a stick and drag it all day. I can't go 2 hours with 100 pounds on my back. It's totally different. And then with your pack out, you can also elevate, right? So my pack is elevated, and I'm a short guy, right? So I can elevate this and put it on my back, and I can lean over a little bit while I'm walking, and now this thing's right here like this, and it's up above, right? So on my stick, if my pack is right here, and I'm walking, and now I put my sombrero on top of that, and I outfit it like a ghillie suit with native vegetation. Now, as I'm walking through there, and somebody thinks they're going to headshot me, they're going to shoot my backpack, and that's also where I keep my water, right? So I'll keep my water there. So I'm walking through there, and I'm leaned forward like this, and then my sombrero's on top of this deal. It's got the bushes and stuff hanging down or whatever. That's getting rid of my thermal signature to a certain degree, and then it's also catching the heat up here like this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody's going to take a headshot on me, they're going to shoot my backpack. They're not going to shoot me in the head. So everything comes back to, it all comes back to camo. Like, I don't want you to know I'm there until I know that you're cool, right? And now I can take all this stuff, I can set it down at a location, and I can take just a little bit of stuff and walk up to somebody and be like, you know, a white shirt on a stick. Hey, you know, I come in peace type of deal. Present myself to whatever group, and if they're dirty birds or whatever else like that, they're not getting all my stuff. I got my fallback location. I got my fallback stuff or whatever. You know what I mean? And you can carry, like I said, with this and with my stick. If I grab my backpack and that deal and my Bible, I'm out the door going, right? But if it's going to be an extended deal, if I'm going to walk to Texas from Idaho, I'm taking the medical supplies. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to use my railroad atlas, and I'm going to find where they're getting on and off and make myself, I'm going to pull security for the railroads. You know what I mean? I'll present myself, whatever like that, this and that, and then be a good guy. Because like in that situation, let me tell you straight of it. When it all turns to shit, you're dead weight or you're necessary. All right? So if you prove yourself necessary, if I come to your group and I could be more value, if I can bring more value to your group, you know what I mean? Like you got my you know, hog killing crazed ass staying up all night to you know, I drive the truck all 2-3 days at a time. You think I can't keep watch and be like, hey, somebody's showing up, you know what I mean? That's worth a pork chop. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever's available. You know what I mean? I can make myself handy to the group not I'm an asset, not a liability. So by making myself that asset, then I can work towards my goal. You know what I mean? And my goal might just be, don't die, but then it might be cook some eggs and feed the group for $7. So, make yourself handy, make yourself useful, and read that Bible. There's two things that you need to do more than anything else. More than anything else. You need to be able to breathe. Okay? And then you need to be able to move around. Alright? So, average American can probably use a lot of PT. So that's the challenge today. Get your push-ups in. Dude, walk, man. I mean, like, there's such a difference between people that can walk 3 miles and people that can't. The health effects, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what age and stage of life you're in, but you're going to get older or you're going to die. There's really no other option, right? So your 5, 10, 15, 30-year plan should be, can I walk 5 miles? Can I stand up, walk out the door, and walk for 5 miles? You know what I mean? I mean, here, let's say everything in the world goes perfect, and you're just, I mean, the bee's knees and everything. You find yourself 70 years old. You're probably going to want to be able to walk. You're probably going to want to be able to, like, digest food and breathe before anything else. You know what I mean? Like, your quality of life is directly affected. You know what I mean? Like, how many overweight people do you see that are 80 years old? How many overweight people do you see that's 80 years old? Okay, now, how many people do you see that that are 80 years old that are in a hospital somewhere dealing with all kinds of health problems? And now, how many people do you see that are 80 years old that are mobile and don't have health problems? Okay, do what they did. They went for a walk. They ate good food. They fasted from eating and stuff like that. So do that, you know what I mean? Because it makes a lot of sense. Get ready. Go get them. Be the hands and feet of Jesus. All right. By God. Raquel. See you later.